Welcome back to Marketing Champions here in Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts around the country. Today, we're in Boston, Massachusetts with Linda Fanaras from the Millennium Agency. And Linda, welcome to our conversation today.
Thank you, Howard. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, we're very excited to have you and learn a lot more about you. So why don't you start us off with sharing how you get started in the marketing industry?
Excellent. So I started out in the high-tech industry, and I worked for an accounting and business software company for about 12 years. And shortly thereafter, we were bought out by Great Plains and then Microsoft. And after that buyout, I decided to start my own agency. And we are pretty much focused in on the tech sector as well as a couple other key sectors. So it was a really good transition from the high-tech industry into marketing.
Well, definitely a great experience of learning, having those different companies coming in and sharing different ways to run the business and to teach you how to do different aspects of that part of the business. But now with this agency that you're with right now, Millennium, tell us about the things you're doing specifically with your clients.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we are pretty much focused in on the B2B sector, which is primarily in the technology industry, pharmaceutical, biotech, as well as manufacturing. And there's three core areas of the business that we really hone in on. One is branding and brand strategy. The other one is key messaging. And the third is really digital strategy and executing anything that's been devised and developed on behalf of the client to ensure that they increase their lead generation and, of course, their sales opportunities overall.
Well, it's always great to have that right type of guidance. These companies come in with the need for growth, the need for generating revenues and a new client base, and you are providing that with the direction that you're putting them in. So when you are having this first conversation with these companies, what kind of questions are you asking them to really learn about their stories so you can help implement this?
Yes, there's a lot of questions that we have to really learn about. We have to understand who their target market is, what their marketing objectives are, of course, maybe how many leads they need to generate in order to generate X amount of sales. And then once we get quite a bit of information on, who the target markets are, size of businesses, and so on and so forth, we're able to start to devise what I'll call like key messaging around their business. Because at the end of the day, businesses have to differentiate themselves, and particularly in this market where it is very, very cluttered. And if they don't take the opportunity to really differentiate themselves and have a separate identity, then really they're just competing with everybody else out there. And the goal here is to define who they are and why they're different. And from there, the strategy kicks in.
Well, it's really good that you obviously have the wealth of knowledge to guide them in the right directions and really find that differentiation for them to really make these statements. Are there specific platforms or pieces of the marketing mix that you're using that you're finding more successful than others?
Excellent question. So what we do is we do use a multitude and a multifaceted event marketing plan when we put these together. It may include email marketing, SEO on the website, digital advertising, which can be Google AdWords, remarketing, paid search, social media, paid social media. It may even be different strategies like video advertising. So what we like to do is get hyper focused on who the target market is and where they are. And once we define that, we can really focus in on that market and that market location to drive lead generation and sales opportunities. Because the last thing you want to do is just do a blanket mass marketing campaign, particularly when you're in the B2B sector, and hope that you're going to get leads and hope that you're going to get sales.
Yes, having something that is that open-ended and throwing a big net over an entire marketplace as opposed to actually finding exactly who's your messaging and who you want to be speaking to, your right avatar. Really, it's so important, and it's great that they have you to guide them to do that. So Linda, we thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing everything that's going on with you and your agency.
Thank you, Howard. I appreciate you inviting me on today.
And thank you all for joining us as well. Having that right agency, having the right wealth of knowledge to guide you through the maze of marketing is so important. And Millennium Agency really does have a vast wealth of knowledge to help get you from point A to point B to point C. So please check more information out about them here in Daily Ad Brief, and go out, have a great rest of today. We'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.